sure Lu Honghao didn't want an interval the way he was playing in frames 3 and 4, but as they resume, it's 2 each. It's effectively a best of 5.
Well, maybe the interval did come at a good time for O'Sullivan and a bad time for Lou. We'll soon find out. He was striking the ball really nicely.
Yeah, and he was clearly loving it as well. You could just see it in him. Every ball he potted.
Couldn't have got any closer. And on this occasion, the kiss on the black saved him. He would have almost certainly left that red over the right corner. And maybe the one up by the blue. Well, that's a great shot. Without a doubt, a great shot. I'm not sure if it's the right shot. If it's the right shot, it's gone in. But he was leaving reds on, so he was betting himself that he was going to get that.
Yeah, he was taking those sort of shots on early on in the match. The difference then was he wasn't getting them. He is now.
Well, that was really a super shot. Very confident shot.
6.
Black is available to the left corner.
We saw Lu Honghao on that break of 67, blasted the yellow off the table. Nearly went into Ronnie O'Sullivan, who picked it up, gave it to the referee, a little tap on the arm there. Nice way to end the mini session.
What a great sportsman. Just giving Lou a little tap on the shoulder. Just helping to relax him as well. His hero. Well, I think he wanted a little bit of an angle on the black to open the reds up, but this is a little bit too much. I'm sure he'll go for it. Very attacking player, but 2 or 3 inches harder would have been better. Having a look at the potting angle. Good shot. And deserved better, really. He's on a red to the right corner, but he's badly hampered by the pink.
14.
Quite a big tip that, isn't it? Looks fairly new. Wasn't sure. It just managed to drop in. And this is turning into a good chance. He's certainly taking the game to O'Sullivan, taking that long red on as he did.
Yeah, it's like the interval never came, isn't it? This is how he's playing in frames 3 and 4.
22. $23.
Well, will he go into the reds and try and win the frame at this visit? He's got some insurance. Doesn't need to hit them hard. Yeah, that's nicely done. He's on this red to the left corner, and the reds are nicely open now.
30.
Very confident shot, very attacking shot. May have to go up for the blue here, but the reds are nicely open, so he's earned himself this chance.
31.
Yeah, and one thing about the young Chinese contingent, they practice. Yan Bingtao last year, the day after he lost in the Northern Ireland Open final to Mark Williams, 9-8, flew back to the UK, was back in the club, the academy in the afternoon. Lu Honghao here plays at the other academy in Sheffield, the Star Snooker Academy, run by Keith Warren and Gary Baldry. All the work he's put in for nights like this.
Well, he's ranked number 105 in the world, and that's going to change considerably.
$37.
He needed a bit of luck there. He finished nearly straight on the black. He couldn't pull the cue ball back. It was going into that red on the cushion. So I had to play it with a little stun run through with side. And he deserved better because that was a good shot he played. But needed a kind of kiss. Having a little bit of a nod to himself. But the game not safe yet. Could so easily have won the frame at that visit. I don't think he can pot a red here. But he's looking at this really thin cut, or red to the middle. He's got it. He's got it. Not ideal on the black. And he's still got a chance at it. Yeah, it's just a little awkward. He could just drop it in, bounce off the cushion, but he's playing it with stun. Another good shot, played for the red into the right centre. Another confident shot.
52.
I was expecting him just to drop it in and play for the red by the pink into the left middle. Well, it's sticky out there, and it's going to get stickier.
Well, look at that. His pot success. After 2 frames, I can tell you it was 50%. He's gone up to 91. He's up by 4% on O'Sullivan. 52-0. Looking to close out the frame and lead for the first time.
$53.
And the thing is, he doesn't look like missing. I'm expecting him to miss the odd one and allow O'Sullivan back to the table. Nice easy table to go at, but he's not missing.
Yes, I mean, the first red he knocked in was a great ball, and as you said at the time, you know, he was leaving reds on potentially if he missed it. Doesn't feel like missing, obviously.
Well, that's how Hendry used to play the game. he didn't mind leaving reds on. He kind of said, I don't mind leaving reds on, you've got to get them all. Otherwise I will.
61.
Well, we can show you again how the break began with this terrific pot. He needs another red after the black to lead for the first time at 3-2. And the thing is, he's doing it with breaks.
Well, one visit snooker, David. You can't get any
68.
better than that. But the way he got into this game, knocking that long red in as he did, very, very confident. And worrying, I would say, for O'Sullivan. This is what he normally does.
69.
Yeah, O'Sullivan may have wished that Liu Honghao had stuck to the piano. He made the choice, didn't he, to pursue snooker instead. We've been waiting for someone to step up. Frankly, a top player to step
76.
up and take on Ronnie O'Sullivan, but Liu Honghao, in his first season on the tour, is the man doing it now.
77.
Well, the only thing he hasn't done so far is a century break, and that looks like it could happen here.
$83.
He's
84.
just enjoying himself out there.
Yeah, as I said to Dominic before the interval, I think now the interesting question, for me anyway, is if he, say, gets to 4-2, he gets a chance to win, how does he feel then? Does he keep feeling this positive and confident? Or with the
90.
winning line approaching, how does that change things? We may find out in the next half hour or so. As for now, he's
92.
loving every minute of it.
And to be honest, so are we.
$97.
Little switch to right-handed, like this.
$98.
So, the black for a century. He deserves one, the way he's played in the last 3 frames. He is playing superb snooker, he really is. A new face to pretty much everybody.
105.
He's making the most of his chance tonight.
And another super shot.
106.
Great shot from Lou.
$109.
Well, O'Sullivan's just had one shot in this match. In this game, should I say.
111.
Went for a long red, and I thought he'd got safe. He had different ideas.
114.
Was no doubt he was all at sea first 2 frames in awe of his great hero, but he's put reputations to one side and just focused on his own game.
118.
And boy, his own game is working well now. And Ronnie O'Sullivan, who at 2-0, the way it had gone, looked a big certainty tonight. He's now in trouble
123.
because this young man is a handful.
129.
And he's going to beat his highest break. Well played.
136.
Well, that was just sensational. Thoroughly deserving this warm round of applause. What about that? At 136, his highest ever.